a constant interaction. The teacher teaches, and the master teaches, and then the seeker answers. So answer means the seeker is sharing the experiences. That is the beauty of this Gita, Astavakra Gita. And so it's not a comparison, but it's a learning. Oh, this is another way to share your experiences. And you will find out that many such experiences are like the one Stephen asked that question. So, so once all these experiences in 25 verses uh, is explained by the seeker, then the master returns. Master again talks about it. Are you really settled? Have you really reached to that state of that state of the consciousness? You see that? It's such a beautiful. So we have to understand in context that this seeker is the highest level of a seeker. So yatha prakashayami yatha prakashayami ekah dehamenam tatha jagata atahamam jagata sarvam athava nakinchina. It's such a beautiful sharing of the experiences by the seeker. So if we translate that into English, and then we will understand. So how he is sharing the experiences. He says that now I realize that I'm revealing this body. Body is not me. I am revealing this body as the sun reveals the rays. Even so, do I reveal this universe? Can you see such a beautiful experience? As I alone reveal this body, even so do I reveal the world. As a result, therefore, or as a result, we can say that as a result, or therefore, mine is all this universe, and verily nothing is mine. That is the translation. So yeah, you see the unification. If the body is me, then your body is also me. That is the meaning. And if this body is not me, the entire universe is not me, and I am pure consciousness. Look at the height of the experiences shared by this greatest seeker. So Janaka was a great seeker. And seeker has two qualities, the searching and seeking. So when you search, when you're seeking is done by listening, learning, and contemplation. We were just talking to Stephen, yes. So when you are contemplating and reflecting, the mind becomes pure. And searching is nothing but practice in time. If seeking is intense, now see that if seeking is intense, here and now, you do not need to practice. You are in meditation here and now. So the master in the first chapter realized that this guy is the greatest seeker. So let me talk. Let me give the summary. Now we have to understand this verse a little deeper. Water does not change even if it manifests as waves, foams, flood. Include the flood also. The water remains the water. Can I say for the time being that this wave, foam, and the floods are nothing but emanation of water, but the essential nature of the water does not change. The same way, the real self is all pervading, eternal, full of permanent peace, love, and wisdom, but manifest as body, breath, mind, thoughts, doer, and joy. If I say, please keep a smile on the face, okay, so what happens? Smile. Smile is expressed on the body. But if the mind is not there, you cannot smile. And if the consciousness is not there behind the mind, forget about having a smile, expression of the smile. So means what the seeker is saying, this is my experience. The way, the wave, the foam, and the water and the flood are different emanations of the water. This body, breath, mind, intellect, and ego are simply emanations of my real self. I am none of them. Can we have that experience? Janaka declares his experiences that real self reveals the body, mind, thought, senses. Without real self, nothing can be known or revealed. Does it mean that I am the real self? Yes. That reveals the universe of pain, pleasure, sorrow, happiness, doer, enjoyer. Let us go a little deeper. What makes you the highest level of a seeker? Viveka and Vairagya, the discernment and dispassion. Discernment is just a contemplation. So what do you contemplate in discernment? You separate real from the unreal. You are 100% clear at every moment in your life. What is that? That anything that is changing is unreal. And there is something behind that is never changing identity. Real is never changing and unreal is ever changing. So it needs only an awareness. Body is changing, yes. Breath is changing, yes. Mind is changing, yes. Intellect, ego, everything is changing. That is not me. That is not me. Nacha prana sango navai panchavayu. I'll take up that later. So what is left? So what we do through the contemplation, we filter out whatever is changing in so-called me. We reach to that unreal. So that makes you a highest level of a seeker. Now see the result, the matter and the consciousness. We are understanding this sutra. What the verse is, yatha prakashayami ekadehe dehamenam tatha jagata. Very beautiful. So now understand, matter evolves life. Understand, if I say scientifically, yes. Matter evolves life. How come? Because the life is involved in the matter. If the life is not hidden in the matter, then matter cannot evolve life. Life evolves the mind because the mind is involved in the matter, in the life. Do we see? We say billions of years ago there was only matter, and then there was a spur, a complex substance, and that has evolved the life which we say protoplasm. And one unit of protoplasm is cell. Cell contains life. That is how the science explains. So here, our master explains that the life is already involved in the matter and it found the right environment. So the matter evolved the life. So mind was already involved in the life, finding the right environment and time. The mind evolved out of the life. So there is a process of evolution going on. We don't have any control. So if the matter evolves the life, life evolves the mind, that it means there is still something which is evolving. There is something by natural understanding. So, what is that is evolving through the mind? It is nothing but the real self. That is how yoga and the Eastern wisdom says. And what is that real self is Satchidanand. What is Satchidanand? It is absolute existence, consciousness, and bliss. So, having understood that, now we should go little deeper to the principles of Eastern wisdom. Now see that, and it can be understood and reflected upon. What is the problem? This is my body, and I see lot of people in front of me. I see their body, and the mind says their bodies is not me, but this body is mine. That is the problem. Definitely, at the level of society, when we live in the transactional reality, we have to take it for granted that my body is different from yours. But at the higher level of the consciousness, can you figure out that my body, is it really different from your body? The answer is no. Both are made up of the matter. But why something within me says that this is my body and that is your body? That is the ego. Ego is a part of the delusion, and delusion enters into the mind, and the mind brings an identification with this body, not with that body, even when both consist of the same matter, same material. So the master is, this seeker is saying, narrating the experiences. If I say this is my body, then every body is mine. Big why? It is essentially made up of the same matter. It is the same universe. And if this body is not me, then none of the things in the material universe that is changing is me. Do I live into that state of experience? Once I live into that state of the experience, then what happens? I'm living in and with my real self. I experience permanent peace and happiness, love and wisdom. See the other perspective of this verse. Huh? You see the beauty that we are understanding how the seeker is experiencing, sharing his experiences when he reached to that ultimate state. So now see that waves are a manifestation of water. Now see that. Just look at the manifestation. Your house, my house, highway, any place which you name, workplace, house, street, is nothing but the manifestation of the space. Do you see that? Can I see that all the time? Yes, it is nothing but the manifestation in the space. Material universe is nothing but the manifestation. What I see, it appears, it does not remain forever, hence it is manifestation. Body does not remain forever, hence it is the manifestation. It is an expression. It remains at a particular time and place, and it does not exist at another time and place, hence it is not real. And then I abide in that real self, which is pure consciousness, which is love, wisdom, and the truth. See that. When we break the limitations that is caused due to the ignorance that this is my body, that is your body, that this is my house, that is your house, when we break that limitation through the contemplation and reflection, we find there is only one. There is only one universe outside, and there is only one real self. Matter unmanifest is real self, and the real self manifest is universe. Another principle coming from the Eastern wisdom, what it says: the matter and the real self, the world outside that we see, and the real self are the two sides of the same coin. How come? That material universe, when it is unmanifest, is the real self. How can you say? Huh? How can you say that? In deep sleep, this entire world ceases to exist. I think we all are sure in deep sleep, this entire universe has ceased to exist. Unmanifest. And the real self is manifest. Matter unmanifest is real self, and the real self manifest is the universe. That is what he says: emanations, as the rays of the sun emanates from the sun, so this body, mind, breath, intellect, and ego emanate from the real self. Don't believe, don't accept that these rays and emanations are the real self. So the master employs two methods here. One method is known as neti neti. We are something, recognize. What is that something? So mind in ignorance says I am something. What am something? I am the body, I have the gender, I have the work, this is my home, I'm something. I'm something. So what the master says, become nothing. First method. How to become nothing? Neti neti, by understanding, contemplation, and reflection that who you are and who you are not. What I am not. So that is the first step. So in understanding those, that is what we are doing directly on Mondays and Thursdays. It is the process of neti neti. न च प्राणसंगौ न वै पंचवायु न वा सप्तधातु न वा पंचकोश न वाक्पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायु चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहम्. So great master Shankara wrote that very process. So in that process he says, I know the breath is going in and out in the body, but I am not the body. Nacha prana sango navai panchavayu nava sapta dhatu. According to Ayurveda and Yoga, the entire body consists of 7 humors. So he says that they are undergoing into the material level. I'm none of them. Then who am I? So you become nothing first. So what is that nothingness? That is what the Buddha says, emptiness, but we have to continue the journey. So once we move from something to nothingness, then what happens? We stay in that meditative state. So we move from nothingness to everything. So we become something in ignorance, then we become nothing in purification of the mind. And from the nothingness, we become everything. That I'm pervading, all pervading, real self, Satchidananda. Why it happens? I give a clue. It's a long journey of this path. Our perception is same. You look at me, I look at you. Our perception is same, but our projection are different. What it means? Here I see the Stephen as a human being. Now what is the projection? Stephen is a very good human being, but he is not a good human being for everyone. So do you see the projections are different? Now, I'm saying an example. Everyone should be good for everyone, but that is not possible. Do you see that point of awareness? It is never possible. It is never possible. So our perception is same. Same eyes, it perceives. But because of the garbage present in the mind, our projections are different. And because of that projection, huh, because of that projection, we fall into ignorance. And that ignorance creates the impurity in the mind and prevents the reality to be seen. And if we do the contemplation and reflection again and again, followed by the practice, so what will happen? Your contemplation and reflection continues, and after some time, you see that when I practice, I live, I enter into an experience, and that experience is still present, and it constantly returns after a few minutes of contemplation and reflection. Then what happens? Then that practice drops because now you are practicing meditation 24 by 7. Naturally, by default. By default. So the master says, I recall another master. It says, Uttama Sehja Vrati Madhyama Dhyan Dharana Adhamau Shastrena Chinta Cha Tirtha Tandhama Dhama. In that state, the mind lives in a natural state of awareness without any projection. It lives in the state of a right perception that makes him realize that he is the real self. He is only the pure consciousness, full of peace and happiness. That is what and how this seeker shares his experiences. We don't find any teaching of this seeker, the master, the king, the Janaka. But this is his teaching because he's sharing the experiences, the ultimate experiences in these 25 verses. So what he says again, if I take up, remember now, same verse, at yatha prakashayami ekah deham enam tatha jagata atahamam jagata sarvam athava nakinchina. As I alone reveal this body, even so do I reveal this universe. Yes, that is what it appears. Therefore, mine is all this universe, or it is not me at all. Becoming. It is the process either being to becoming. If you pick up, and or becoming to being. From the becoming, you are settled into the real self. From the being, the emanations, you emanate and you become. So that is what is his experience. So let us start our practice of meditation.